figure out these patterns on the Pentaharp, which are super easy, super intuitive, what you can do is use this thing as a tool to then really learn to better visualize the same scales on a regular harp. Hey everybody, this is Jason Ricci here, and today we're going to be unboxing and learning about the new Hohner Pentaharp. Let's take a look at this thing. Hohner's got somebody on the cover. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. I wish they'd put the name of the harmonica player on the cover. They told me they weren't going to put anybody else on the cover, and yet here is somebody. Just open her up. What? A Dogman? This is the weirdest looking harmonica I've ever seen. Happy Halloween, y'all. Just kidding. Let's unbox this Pentaharp. All right, there's the harp. Nice, safe and sound in the middle of the box. Reminiscent of the old blues harp, right? And it's funny because it's a blues scale in here. It says Pentaharp, meaning 5, but it's a 6-note scale. I know this because you saw the video I did of the other Pentaharp. This one's in low F. I requested this one from Hohner because it's in C, and they said, we don't know if we have any more Cs, but we'll get you one, Jay. And Derek Frank, he sure did. Nice and shiny. The Pentaharp. The way that this thing is laid out is in a blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow fashion. It's meant to be played initially anyway in first position. If you've watched Ronnie Shellist's videos, and should Winslow ever finish his video, you will see there's many advantages. I think even Derek Frank himself has a new video coming up about major applications of the Pentaharp. But let's just run up the scale. So it's very easy to play the blues scale on this. Most of my viewers know that I'm not a big fan of tuned harmonicas because anytime you tune a harmonica, you solve a problem and you make one thing easier and then you make another thing or a lot of things harder. So every time you tune a note to change the scale or the layout of the harmonica, you now make it so that you have to bend another note to get the other note that you're looking for. No one tuned harmonica is going to solve all your problems. The main problem is learning and visualizing the layout of an instrument. Even better, learning to visualize how scales work and how we can ascend and descend scales in different ways. Where the Pentaharp is different from other harmonicas is that it's not an alteration of the Richter tuning that we see on, regular harps where we have the 2 major chords. It's not just a changing of the flatted third or a major 7, like for example in a country tuned harmonica. Where the Pentaharp is different is it's laid out perfectly to make sense for just playing the blues scale or the minor pentatonic scale. You can do both. It's the layout that is so incredible with this instrument. And it's not just for being able to play the minor pentatonic scale or the blues scale. What makes it a powerful tool, not necessarily as an instrument or even a performance instrument, but a tool, a learning tool, is the layout is so logical that it wouldn't take long after playing this thing to then learn a minor pentatonic scale or a blues scale on a regular harmonica in any position, but let's say cross or third, and take what you learned so easily to do to this and then apply it to that slightly awkward layout that is the regular Richter tuning. Now, even though the regular Richter tuning can be slightly awkward for certain scales, certain arpeggios, in order to go out of this scale, I'm going to have to bend a note or overblow a note the same way that I have to bend or overblow a note to go into the blues scale in this, depending upon what octave. But let's, again, go back to the positive. The positive is the layout. One blow is the first note. One draw is the second note. Two blow is the third note. Two draw is the fourth note. Three blow is the fifth note. Three draw is the sixth note. And four blow is the octave or the seventh note. And then that continues all the way up the harp. There we go. So it's very easy when you learn just blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw to play the blues scale. And if you skip the three blow, you get the minor pentatonic. It's missing the flatted fifth if you're nasty. Very fun, and it's very easy to play the blues scale. So here's what I want to talk to you about, guys. Once you learn this scale, you're going to start immediately discovering patterns. Blow, blow, draw, draw. Once you figure out these patterns on the Pentaharp, which are super easy, super intuitive, what you can do is use this thing as a tool to then really learn to better visualize yourself with the same scales on a regular harp. Let's do just that. Here we have the Pentaharp, which is in C minor. So I'm going to go up the scale, the whole blues scale. And then I'm going to move to an F harmonica, and I'm going to play this in C minor by playing the blues scale on an F harp. So I have to learn the blues scale on this harp, and it's not going to lay out in a predictable manner like the Pentaharp does, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw. Instead, I'm going to have to play a different configuration. So that's the first step, is learn your scale on one harp. And I have lots of videos on how to play the blues scale and the minor pentatonic scale on a regular harmonica. Basically, it comes down to flatting that second note. So that's what it sounds like flatted, instead of, which is just a regular three draw. So I'm going to bend that three draw down just slightly to a half step below. It's called a flatted third, and get that spoonful sound. So there's your first step, is just kind of familiarizing yourself with, well, how do I do it on this harp and how do I do it on this one? Second step is looking at this layout. So going from second note to the first note, third note to the second, and then doing the same thing with your blues scale in second position on a regular harmonica. So let's take a look at a couple of other examples that lay out really, really well on the Pentaharp that can teach you how to just get used to playing them so that you want to learn to play them well enough that you can try to learn it on a regular harp. So let's go up in threes. So I'll start on the first note, go up 3 scale tones, start on the second note, go up 3 scale tones, start on the third, etc., etc. Down. Very easy. Blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw. But the same exercise can be done on a regular harmonica. The Pentaharp just teaches you how to think about it and visualize it. And then once you can visualize that, once you can hear that and achieve these scale tones, you can move them to a regular harmonica. And the cool thing about doing them on a regular harmonica is it's easier to go out of the scale if you wanted to. On the Pentaharp, if you wanted to go out of that scale, you'd have to bend the same way that you have to bend on a regular harmonica. But the Pentaharp teaches you how to think better. Let's look at another one. Now, this one lays out super, super easy on the Pentaharp. I really like it. And on a regular harmonica, it requires a little bit more thought in thinking about where are these scale tones. But here's the most magical thing. This process of thinking, where is the next tone that's 2 scale tones away? That process of thinking is so important for musical development and ear training and just kind of like mathematical geometric visualizing of shapes and structures and intervals. That makes you the best musician. But anyway, let's take a look at the cool thing. So this is a blow, blow, draw, draw, blow, blow, draw, draw, blow, blow, draw, draw pattern. And you get. So now I'm going to have to take that same scale pattern, but I'm going to have to think about it. I got to go from the first note of the scale to the third note. And then I got to go from the second note of the scale to the next third note from that spot. Okay, that's how I choose to think of it, right? So let me try. Now, I've had to think about this, okay? This isn't a scale pattern that came naturally to me in crossharp. This, on the Pentaharp, it was very easy. Blow, blow, draw, draw. But I want to be able to do stuff like that on a regular harmonica, right? It's good for me, not just for the lick, but for my thinking, to know the relationship between my notes. So I have to really, really think about it. Okay, guys, so go back to that section right there where I messed up and I laughed and I was like, right? That is why the Pentaharp is a good harmonica, right? It's not about being able to do something easier. That's great. Look, if you're just a novice and you want to get going, you're a guitar player, right? And you want to just play some pentatonic or blues stuff, by all means, get the Pentaharp and you'll be off to the races, right? I mean, a little kid could play some rockin' blues on this thing without any work at all. But if you want to really expand your chops, right, and really expand your thinking, not just to this scale, but to any scale, right? So like, this pattern here, the one we just did. You can do the same thing on a regular harp. For the major scale, almost the same breathing pattern. Right? So it's like, because this thing is basically tuned to a major scale. You see what I'm saying? But that part where I messed up there, right? That is me growing. And I'm growing as a result of trying something that was easy on this that never really even occurred to me, honestly. It should have years ago. I should have tried this. But out of laziness, I was like, oh, that sounds too hard. I'm not going to mess with it. But I learned it on this and it sounded so cool. I'm like, I need to move that. And you can move them all. Right to here. And then you can start changing, take that same technology, to use a Scientology term, and move it to a major scale. On a regular F harp in second position, or move it to a major scale in first position. Or, right, you can try this stuff in third position. So this is a C minor Pentaharp. Third position, find one of my videos. So now I'm just going to do the same thing that I did on the Pentaharp, walking up in threes. And I'm just going to do that in third, right? So I just have to think 3 scale tones up, down 1, 3 scale tones up, down 1. I just have to know my third position blues scale. And then I just move up 3, down 1, down 1. Just like on the Pentaharp, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, up. Just right up the blues scale. And then down. And I can climb all the way up the harp, thinking like I'm using the Pentaharp, but thinking about like I'm playing a scale. The beautiful thing about this, guys, is if you learn this stuff on a harmonica, in any position, in any scale, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the blues scale, it doesn't have to be the minor pentatonic, it could be the major scale, harmonic minor. You can use this way of thinking to actually learn how to play another instrument, right? So like you get on a piano and you can see how it lays out, and then you start going 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, boom. You ever wonder why there's some people who can play so many instruments, they learn one really well? Or ever wonder why people tell you need to learn the piano first? It's because of the layout. Howard Levy, the greatest harmonica player of our time, right? He says he thinks like a piano player because the layout makes sense. So you just climb up. That's on a regular B flat harp. It's the blues scale. Descending. One more time, a little faster. All right, there you have it, guys. So the Pentaharp is great for making you think, right? It's a wonderful tool, or if you're just starting out, it's great for just playing music right away. But our ultimate goal in music is to learn and to grow and to experience a sense of freedom. The Pentaharp introduces us to that freedom with a beautiful layout that makes perfect sense and is very logical. But we can take the knowledge that we learn from that and move it to a regular tuned harmonica, not just for the pentatonic scale, not just for the blues scale, but for any single scale that there ever has been or that you make up yourself, for arpeggios, for licks, for anything. The sky is the limit. Thanks for staying this long. This video went on way longer than I thought. I hope you enjoyed it. The Hohner Pentaharp and the regular Hohner Marine Band having fun together, making music. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Free Fridays right here on YouTube. Subscribe today. Click the subscribe button for hundreds of free harmonica lessons. If you like what I'm putting down and you'd like to support the cause, go the extra mile, be sure to visit my Patreon page. Patreon patrons, thank you very much. You're making these lessons an absolute priority in my life. No matter how busy I get, a free lesson happens every Friday. For as low as $1 a month, that's 25 cents a lesson, you can become a Patreon patron. If you're doing a little better and you can donate more, that's great. Every time you become a Patreon patron, you're helping somebody else out there that doesn't have a credit card, that doesn't have $1 a month, to continue to get free harmonica instruction and much, much more. Remember, we got product reviews here on this channel. We do videos on addiction and bipolar disorder. We got blues stories. We got performance videos and everything right here on Jason Ricci's YouTube. Subscribe today. I'd like to thank Hohner Harmonicas, and I'd like to thank Blue Moon Harmonicas, making custom parts for any harmonica that you might have at home. Blue Moon has got you. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, pedals, amplifiers, microphones, you name it, much more. Right here out of Louisiana, the Lone Wolf Blues Company is bringing you the best in customer service for almost any kind of amplified blues harmonica needs that you may have. Speaking of amplifiers, Harp Gear amplifiers, check them out. The very best Harp Gear, right out of Ocala, Florida. I got a website, www.mooncat.org. Check me out on mooncat.org. I got tour dates happening all over the place. I'm going all over the country this year, playing tour dates with J.J. Appleton, with Damon Fowler, with J.P. Soares, with my own band, with Joe Crown, all kinds of people. www.mooncat.org. T-shirts, lesson information, all of that. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We do this every single Friday, and then every now and then I throw you some more stuff right here at Jason Ricci's YouTube. A Mooncat, love and appreciate all y'all. Thank you.